Good afternoon, folks. I'm your host, Kurt Sawyer, and this is our farm, Sawyer's Maple Farm. And I'd like to talk to you today briefly about proper tree tapping. It's very important to get your taps drilled, your trees drilled right the first time, so you don't have to drill more holes than necessary. Because some of what I'm going to tell you right now is going to play up into the next episode of tree health. So, for starters, proper tree tapping. When you're looking for a place to tap, you'll see I've already got this one tapped. It's on the back side. You can't see it from here, but you're gonna be looking for where's the old hole. So if I'm looking at this tree and I was gonna tap it, I'm seeing a old hole here. There's one up here. My guess is there's probably a couple over here. We've tapped this a few times. Oh, way up there. So I'm gonna find a place that doesn't have an old hole. There's one way up here. So with this one here and that one right there, what I would do is I would come and, oh, nope, I've got one right there. All right, so I would come right in here. But for the purposes of demonstrating here, I'm gonna look for those old holes, okay? I'm also looking, is there a scar that's maybe it's covered over with bark, so it might be hard to see, but you might see an opening somewhere, and you're gonna wanna fix that. You're gonna wanna check for that. The other thing you might see is you might just see a crack going up the tree. You want to find any of those spots, or like I've shown you in previous episodes, is there a spot like where there's not moss, but fungus growing on the side? You know, little mushrooms and things like that. It's usually a dead giveaway that there's dead wood underneath it. So once you determine that you're in a spot that's good wood, you want to hold your drill level, okay? You don't want to come up at an angle because the sap is going to come out of the tree, whether it's at an angle or straight, but you want your drill straight in, okay? No angles on it, because you get an oblong hole when you do that. And since your spout's around, it's going to cause a leak, especially if you're on vacuum. I mean, for you guys who are on buckets or just gravity, it's not going to, affect you too much, except though it will play into the tree health problem. Because the bigger your hole is, the more scarring you're creating. And typically, scarring is probably at least my thumb wide, and usually about yay long on the tree. Okay, usually a little higher on it, up above it than it is below it. So you want your drill straight. Doesn't matter. I don't care what you're using. You can use a regular drill. Like I said before, if you're comfortable with it, do it. It doesn't take, a lot of skill to do this. It just takes practice. And practice makes perfect, right? So you're gonna drill in, and I recommend a DeWalt or something that's like a bigger drill, preferably brushless. They work better, just because they're a higher powered drill. The little Ryobis and little home drills, they don't work as good, and you find yourself going like this in and out of the tree. You don't want to do that. You're just reaming the hole out bigger, and your spout's not going to set right. And depending on what kind of spout you're using, it's either going to push out of the tree when things freeze at night, or it's just going to leak, or both. I have seen that happen before too. So you want a good drill. The second thing you're going to want to have is a good drill bit. These ones here are H2O drill bits, and they are by far, hands down, the best ones I've found. I'm actually using these drill bits. This is my second year on this bit. They work marvelous. They stay really sharp, and if I can find somebody who can sharpen it for me, I'm going to keep this bit around, because this thing is really, really nice. And with that said, right now I'm on my leak walking configuration, so I've got a smaller battery on here because I'm not drilling 300 trees a day or whatever. But if I got my normal big battery on here, which is probably twice this, it'll go me the whole day with this bit. Other bits I've tried, I'd probably have to swap it out somewhere during the day, or by the time I'm done at the end of the day, the drill is just about dead. Let's see, bits, drills. Yeah, you don't want angles. that's going to be a problem. Um, yeah, don't tap dead wood. Is basically what you want. You know, if it's not coming, when you do drill in the tree and you see it come out, look for it. Is it clean white wood? It's obviously not going to be white like snow, but I mean it's a lighter colored wood. Is it If it comes out like dark, then you hit a dead spot somewhere in the tree. Either you were too close to an old hole, or you know, just hit some dead wood somewhere in the tree. You know, maybe the tree's hollow. I mean, sometimes you can look at a tree like this, it looks great from the outside, but once you get inside it, you find, oh, well, half of it's dead and there's only a sliver on the back side of the tree that actually is good wood. You don't know until you start drilling it. Although, is the top good? I mean, that's usually a good giveaway too. I mean, look up if you're not sure. Especially if you get good, you know, dead wood, that first hole, look up. Typically what I do is if I can't get good wood within 3 drills on the tree, we'll yank the drop. We'll just yank this whole drop right off of here, and that'll be the end of this tree. We won't tap it anymore because it's dead. And yeah, when you're when you are tapping, you obviously want to find your old holes, but you want to make sure you're not too close to them. So typically I will go, okay, so I've got a whole bunch of holes over here. I might go the other side of the tree just to find good wood. Because I'm running such high vacuum, I'll look, if I can't find anything above the lateral, I'll go below the lateral. We're running typically 25, 26 inches of vacuum, 27, 28 if we're really, really tight. And so I have no problem tapping below the lateral. I'm also running check valve spouts. That also allows me to tap below my laterals and not have sap go back into the tree, carrying bacteria with it, and then plugging up the tap hole. Let's see. That's pretty much it. I mean, tapping trees is pretty simple, folks. I think you'll all be able to do it. I mean, I've been doing this for quite a few years now, and you know, I feel like I do a pretty good job now. My crew all does a pretty good job, yeah, it's practice. I mean, the more you do it, the more you're going to learn. And like I've said before, the best way to learn mistakes from your drilling is to go walk your leaks afterwards. Because you'll see you'll go, oh, okay, yeah, I see my whole angle was wrong, and so it's oblong and it's out around, and yeah, that was my problem. Or I remember you remember tapping the tree and you had to drill, you know, go bring the drill in and out several times. Okay, yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah, this is all stuff I've learned kind of hands-on. I've learned quite a bit from seminars and things like that too, which is great. You definitely want to go to those things. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. Go join your local maple syrup association, and they're always putting on classes and seminars. And beyond that, you're also networking with other producers in your state, and even regionally, because a lot of states will do big maple events, and you'll learn lots of things in the big tech sessions and seminars, you know, with people from like Cornell or Proctor University and many others. So that's all for now. Join us for the next episode when we discuss tree health.